Pittsburgh Steelers head coaching job. Anyway, how's PiratesFest? Welcome back to Pittsburgh. So good to be back.
Yes, very excited. FanFest is always kind of that time where you're like, all right, we're close and things get exciting and the fan base. And, I was there for a little bit of time last year, but the fan base is incredible when things are going well. So I'm hoping that we give them, a lot more longer stretches of some good baseball this year.
Speaking of excitement, what's your general excitement level when you look at this team this year? See some new faces, new changes. John Kelly will have the reins from the beginning. What are your feels about the Pirates?
It feels good, honestly. I mean, like you said, some of those offseason acquisitions, they're going to be great for us. Gregory Soto on the back end of that bullpen, adding to an already extremely talented bullpen that we have. Something that doesn't get talked about enough is some of those younger guys in that bullpen. Kyle Nicholas and those guys, and they're going to take a step forward for us. So seeing that happen with those guys, and then also adding a guy like Gregory Soto is awesome. And then, as you guys know, what we're doing with the lineup, kind of bolstering that lineup a little bit more. And everybody talks about the pitching, but once these guys start hitting the ball a little bit, I think everything's going to start clicking for us.
Justin, when you were healthy last year, you were productive. What kind of was the difference for you last season that allowed you to have that productivity?
Honestly, for me, it was just like belief. The organization believing in me, obviously taking a chance on me through waivers and claiming me, and then talking with Oscar and the pitching staff, and them just kind of telling me like, hey, dude, like, you have two really good pitches, just throw them down the middle and you're going to have success. And that just kind of completely changed my mindset on pitching and just like attacking hitters and just going out there, and it's like, here it is, do what you can with it. And like you said, I had some success with that, so hopefully be able to put that together for 70 plus innings this year.
Have you had conversations with the new pitching coach, Bill Murphy?
Yes, we talk every couple weeks, and that's another thing about bringing him over that I was very excited about was the short stint that I had last year was good. Yet, he sat there and we talked for over an hour. They had a presentation and stuff on things that can make me better, and in my career before, it's always been go out there and perform, do what you got to do to get outs and stuff like that. But to have success and then have somebody be in your corner and say, hey, this is how we can actually make you better, is really exciting.
I know it came in 2 relatively short stints, but what was it like for you to have that success in 2025? What was after what you've gone through? What did it mean to you to have that success?
It's been fun. It's been awesome, and just it regained confidence in myself, and that's the biggest thing for me. And kind of just shows, like, for me, like I debuted a little bit older, and up and down my first couple of years. My last year in Colorado didn't go the way I wanted, so kind of having that success this year, I believe I can play this game for a lot longer, and that's just kind of what I hope happens, and hopefully it's here.
Has this offseason been normal for you? Has it been any level of rehab
I've been in touch with Luke a lot, our head guy over there, and really just I would say the biggest difference is usually in most off seasons it's kind of just like, all right, they check in once every couple months, see you at spring training, but I'm just bouncing stuff off Luke. We'll probably talk 3 or 4 times a week. He sees how my throwing program is going and all that stuff, and then as far as ramp up, I would say maybe just a touch slower on the build up, getting into bullpens and games like that, and that's just giving my body a little bit more time to get ready for the season, knowing that hopefully I'll be available for 70 plus innings, like I said.
Justin, you talked earlier about the bullpen composition. The guys you have who can handle back-end innings, yourself, Kyle, Isaac, Soto, I'm probably missing somebody, but just how beneficial is that giving Donnie more options and just you guys being familiar with different roles?
No, it's incredible, honestly, and I've been a part of very different faceted bullpens with the Rockies before, where I've been in the group where they bring in a bunch of veterans on 1-year deals. I've been with where I'm the oldest guy and there's 7 other rookies in the bullpen, so I've seen different ideas be bounced around of how a bullpen should be ran, and different levels of success and different levels of failure. But with this group here with the Pirates, they're I think we're going to be able to give each other days off in between and not be worried that me and Santana are down today, because we know that Nicholas and Matson, they're going to step up and they can handle those bigger innings. I think depth in a bullpen is really important, especially when you get to some of those longer days in the summer and where you need days. Like, you want to throw 3 days in a row, you want to, but the reality of doing that multiple times in a season is very taxing on the body. So I think as our bullpen, being able to trust some of these younger guys to step up, being able to trust guys that are going to come up and help us out, I think it's going to be huge, because the starting rotation's going to do their thing. They're going to give us their 5, 6, 7 innings, and we're going to go and close them out for them.
What did you learn about your
Santana moving into that
closer role post the trade deadline, and how much do you feel like you guys have a lot of versatility in the back end in terms of who can be not only the closer but the setup? I mean, you've had experience, so does that experience in Santana as a closer, but you guys also could be setup men.
Yeah, no, Santana's been incredible. I think he has very quietly been a top 5 reliever in baseball the last year and a half. Definitely does not get talked about enough. From a philosophy standpoint, I'm not too sure how, are we gonna go with the standard 7, 8, 9 guy? I'm not sure. Are we gonna go with where we're at in the lineup, whether it's, hey, Soto, it's the 7th inning, but we got 3 lefties coming up, go shut them down. I'm not sure, but like you said, me, Santana, Madsen, whoever it is, I think anybody in that bullpen can handle any of those innings late in a game.
Were familiar at all with Mason Montgomery, and what's it like just to hear about adding a lefty who could touch triple?
No, I just remember when we played Tampa this year, it was this guy comes in and we're all just like, oh, I don't know who this is, but I heard he throws hard, and like first pitch was like 101, and we're like, oh, okay. So seeing that we got that guy, I'm just like, it's another weapon in the bullpen that is already full of weapons.
Justin, last year when the Rockies let you go, it was earlier in the spring training usually than when guys got waived. How much did that help you to be able to get into the Pirates camp and get a couple weeks under your belt before the season started?
No, it definitely helped. From a business standpoint, you get towards the end of camp, things kind of start to get a little more difficult roster construction wise. So I like to think that maybe the Rockies made that decision earlier to give me a chance to kind of settle in somewhere, whether it was that way or not. I have nothing but great things to say about the organization, so that's how I like to look at it. And Pirates gave me a chance, so like you said, yeah, I was able to get in there and get comfortable, and I think it gave me a great opportunity to kind of get to know guys, and once the season started, kind of hit the ground running.
How hard was it just dealing with that injury for as long as you did, and especially mentally? I know it's not very easy having to sit out and watch your teammates, go out and pitch, and you're sitting there.
Selfishly, it was frustrating because I was having the best start of a season that I've ever had in my career, and being away from Coors for the first time, it kind of felt like my career was kind of finally going to take off and be the career it was supposed to be, and kind of got derailed a little bit, but it's my path, and I'm just going to trust my path, and however, by the end of my career, however it ends up, I've enjoyed every step of the way, but it was hard, but luckily I had Tim. We kind of rehabbed together. Our throwing programs lined up essentially exactly the same, so being able to spend those dog days of summer with him definitely made it easier.
Thanks, Justin.